In addition to blocks containing content, there are also a number of dividers to select from in the library. You can find them by either scrolling through the index down to the bottom or by selecting from the drop-down menu at the upper left. These dividers can either be dragged to the page to span the entire width of the page or placed into containers, rows, or columns. So for example, if we want to split our call to action apart from our blog content, we could grab this divider, drag it over here, and place it just between the two, and then go ahead and change the text. As I said, we can also place them within columns. So we can go ahead and grab this divider. This time I'm going to hold Shift and then place it right after. Then I'll go ahead and take this one. Again, hold Shift, place it right after, and then one last one. Now right now these don't look the greatest because these symbols are way too big. But one of the good things about the dividers is that these shapes are easily replaceable. You can change them for an icon. They can also be styled using the Properties panel. So if we go over to the Properties panel, we can see that these shapes have spacing added to them, specifically padding through the Bootstrap classes. We can go ahead and just change that, make it a little smaller. Now these look a lot better, more in proportion to the whole site. In addition to the text-based dividers, the Blocks library also contains dividers that are composed of SVG shapes. So if we scroll down the list of dividers, we can see these more colorful dividers down here at the bottom. These SVG shapes can be styled using, again, the Properties and Style panels to create a variety of interesting different dividers out of this main base. So the dividers that are being shown here on this page are actually composed of divider number 9 that I dragged to the page. And what you can see is that over in the properties, I've changed this from being just red and red by altering the text properties. So right now I've got the main SVG selected. If I go ahead, I can change the text color here. That's going to change one of the main paths within that SVG. The other path can be changed by selecting the inner path that lends it its particular color, and again changing the text color. So we could change it back to red on red. If we wanted to go with yellow, we could, or we can change it back to one of those shades of blue. This bottom divider is that same divider number 9 with the changes again to the color. So I look here, my text color is changed to red. That's this panel. My path color of one of the inside is changed to that blue color. And then in addition, on the main SVG, if we look at the Styles panel, I've actually got a transform going on. Select the rule. I've got a transform going on that is a rotation that basically just flips that 180 degrees and has it running in the opposite direction. So you can fool around with different types of rotations and transformations to give these dividers, in addition to different colors, different looks. Finally, the Blocks library also contains 2 sets of SVG icons. Those can be found again by scrolling down the index or by selecting from the drop-down. One set is the official Bootstrap 4 icon set, and the other is the remix icons. Icons from both sets can be added to the page simply by dragging them to either the tree panel or the page view. Like other components, we can also select icons on the page and elect to replace them. So for example, we could take this one and say we wanted to change it with the focus. We just hover over that and click on the replacement tag. All of these icons can be styled using the Properties panel, text, and background controls. So now with this selected, we can go to the Properties. And again, if we wanted that in red, and say we wanted a background of green.